black Mercedes, slowing down, smiling at me.
Today I visit with Randal Wariner, stuntman, actor, songwriter, singer, the real enchilada, you might say, that I've been promising you folks for a long time, Randal Wariner. I'm Rick Jey, and this is Spotlight on the Arts.
Rick Jey presents Spotlight on the Arts.
Today I continue my visit with a gentleman who is an actor, a stuntman, singer, songwriter, and you could say basically a Renaissance man, knowing the ins and outs of all those areas of expertise, I guess you could say. Also, I guess we should call this the life and times of Randal Wariner. So once again, let me ask you worldwide to welcome Randal Wariner. Welcome back, Randal. It's good to have you. Looking sharp there. Continuing.
Great to be back, Rick Jey. I'm always good to be here talking with you, and an honor to be here. So,
well, thank you. Same here. That you have accepted my invitation. After so many months, we've been trying to come together and get it done, as they say. So, well, I want to touch, I guess, continue, and also sometimes guided by your spiritual faith in what you're doing. So what's your take on your spiritual, your faith, the passion that you have and have had since a young man in the acting, stuntman, singing, songwriter? What keeps you grounded?
as you know, Rick, I was raised, by two great Christian parents. So that's the background. Always raised that way. But you don't think about it a whole lot until life's experiences hit you, or accidents, as I've had.
Yes.
And it's like we talked about in '76, the explosion I was in, and a couple of years out there. Um, a lot of people have a hard time having any faith because they haven't had the experience. And for me, I don't need a preacher yelling at a preacher yelling at me, telling me about needing faith, because my faith is very strong and real, because I've been saved. I was saved back in '76. Then in 1995, crushed leg, saved again when I had a whole trauma team standing around me saying, "We thought you were gone. We just had to see this." And then in 2003, a coma. I'm trying to shorten this up, but in 2003, a coma, 2 weeks. Family told, "Go say goodbye to Dad and Gramps there." And in that experience, I was told to. I wanted to die. I was in pain. I was in pain. I wanted to
The
die.
pain, yes.
I still felt pain in this coma, but in there, as I was asking, "Please just let me die." And I was told, "You have things to tell people. You have words to say." And
Ah,
when that came to me, I woke up again, healed, again healed. So
yes.
faith in the spiritual, you feel it, you live it, you experience it, and so you don't have any denying it there. So it's easier for me, but there's a lot of people don't get those chances, right?
Right.
My
That's
saying
true.
that, and this is a hard world, especially if you're seeking to be a stuntman uh, or any other thing like that. You want to avoid the accidents. You don't want to go the hard way. Like, believe me, just have that faith and that spiritual connection with whoever you're going to connect with, that energy that you feel inside you. And I'll leave it at that because I'm not preaching here. I'm just trying to tell you what my experiences
Yes, based on your
I've
experience.
gone through. And they are miracles that I'm here today. And I've also been told I would never walk again. I walk, every day. Yes.
Great, great. Well, that's really inspiring, and I know I keep my faith through understanding it. Not a religion, but a daily walk that you have to walk with basically the spirit world, however you see it. And it's not so much really a religion or a faith. It's everyone has to walk their own path and make those choices. But it's nice to have what they call in the Cherokee or Native American faith is that spiritual guy that definitely talks to you. I guess whether you're awake in a dream, sends you those messages, or in your case, that coma. So once you experience that guidance and that communication, you just
Yes.
basically leave it to them to kind of guide you and make those decisions, hopefully correctly.
That's exactly right. You're painting right there. Is a reminder to us all. That is a reminder to us all. Yeah, we have that connection, that down deep connection, and the guys right there. It's just beautiful.
Thank you.
Just
Well, this painting, I went to Arizona in 1978. I was working radio part-time, but I left the state of Missouri and went to Tucson as an outdoor recreation specialist for the Department of Interior Bureau of Outdoor Recreation. And I arrived in the middle of June, and by July 1st, July 2nd, the Carter administration phased out the job. But in that time, I was accepting where I wanted to live. So I got invited up to the Holbrook, Arizona area with the Dene, the Navajo, and they took me to this spiritual place that was off limits to most people. Wow. And you'll see one rock in the painting here. One rock at this location with the Monument Valley, Wolf Mountain in the background, I took out and put that in my mind. And anyway, that was a rock that some people, just used to place themselves on and take a leap into the canyon there because the alcoholism was so great. And, I guess so anyway, there's a lot behind this painting spiritually. As the storm approaches, everyone has that storm, and so prayer definitely, and that communication with the gentleman on the horse reaching up.
That's what I like. I love that.
Trying to get that communication and that commitment to that faith. So that's the story behind that. Thank you. And I hope that does become one of your album covers you had talked about at some point.
I would love to. We will be talking about it.
Okay, great. Well, moving along, I want to next jump into the acting and tell us about some of those roles, or a role that you turned down that you wish you had not turned down.
Well, we all make wrong decisions along the way, that's for sure, or take advice from the wrong person along the way, an
Yes.
agent, and sometimes could be the casting agent. But so anyway, I'll tell you, I don't remember, it was 90 something, 90, maybe 94. This again was Tucson, and on the set of Boys on the Side was the name of the movie, Boys on the Side, and it had Whoopi Goldberg and Drew Barrymore. And anyway, so I went out for the part as Drew Barrymore's boyfriend in the movie,
Oh, I see.
which a good co-star thing there.
Uh-huh.
And so we had narrowed it down where there's three of us in front of the director, down to three of us out of, I think, there was probably 100 people trying for that.
Yes.
But anyway, so and one of the guys was Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, yes, McCullough.
Next to him,
Yes.
and that's tough competition right there.
Right.
And but anyway, I was advised by my agent to bow out of that for another thing I was doing with Charlie Sheen, and this and that, and they were about to make a decision. Who would they have picked out of the three? Probably Matthew. Anyway, Matthew got the part.
Uh-huh.
But before it was chosen, I did bow out on that one, and I regret that.
Oh, yes, I see. Now, was that audition at the Ramada Inn there on Speedway?
We were there, and then we went to there's a ranch out there somewhere, and I'm trying to remember my memories. It's on the kind of the northeast side of Tucson, I guess. Out.
Oh, I see.
You drive out a ways.
Up in the valley there, yeah.
They had the whole ranch where they filmed on that ranch in the movie Boys on the Side, and
Yes. Uh-huh.
I actually came back and did a lot of stunt work for that movie, and got to work with do some stuff for Whoopi Goldberg and for Drew Barrymore. I did a lot of work for her, and so I was part of the project and was there.
But not that lead man.
You know what? I don't know why I backed out, because, but it in a one way it was a great thing, because I also did a lot of work for Charlie Sheen, because
Yes.
and I've got Terminal Velocity. I did move Terminal Velocity with Charlie
I
Sheen,
see. Uh-huh.
and that was a good one. Yeah.
So is there one individual that you worked with that you seem to cherish those moments more than anyone else? I just visiting with a few, Burt Reynolds was a great advisor to me.
Hey, Burt Reynolds, right? Don't get no better. But
Yeah.
I didn't have that. Yeah, you have that, and that's really great. And we have that connection there in a way, because it was Burt Reynolds' stuntman, Buddy Joe Hooker.
Yes, Buddy Joe Hooker.
Who taught me some of my moves,
Oh, yes, excellent. So we do have that connection. That is super. Well, that is great. Now, we also have a connection at Mr. Lucky's. We used to hang out. That was probably some of the greatest times, sitting at the head table with Waylon or Willie or Chris or whomever. And I know your brother was part of that too, when he entertained, I believe at Verge, as we call it. So, Mr. Lucky's, what does that mean to you?
Yes, Verge Warner. You seen it in lights all the time. But remember, Mr. Lucky's was the nightclub.
That was right. Yeah.
On Grand Avenue in Phoenix, and but I was a youngster. I was underage, and statute of limitations have run out, right? Okay.
Yes.
So, but he would sneak me in, and he would give me a table in front of the stage there. So
Right.
I knew so he could keep an eye on me, right? But for
Yeah.
me, it was I'm right there, and yeah, he was doing at the time he had contract with the show Hee Haw, you know.
Yes. Uh-huh.
He was doing that. He also was flying back and forth on Wayland's jet and staying at Buck Owens' house and
Yes.
doing
Yes.
work for them. So I was really inspired by all this, and he was like my mentor. I just didn't know until 2003, coming out of the coma, I was going to use all that, I guess.
Yes, yes. At some point it came in handy. Well, now there's a young man that really admires you and many other artists by the name locally, 18-year-old cousin of mine, Jeremy Cash.
Jeremy Cash. Jeremy Cash is an awesome talent. Awesome talent. That man, he can play.
So
Wow.
we have to just have people go to Facebook or what have you, Jeremy Cash, and you'll see exactly what we're talking about. That's my first cousin's grandson, believe it or not. So it's great to be working even with with some
look
family
forward.
members.
Me and Jeremy have talked about doing some work in studio here in the near future. So
Oh, excellent. That would be
we're both
great.
looking forward to that. That's all I can tell you all right now on that.
Okay. Okay, super. Well, let's get back to this agent thing. And, when I work or sign with different agencies throughout the United States, I'm signed with, but I don't really pay a fee. They basically get paid when I get paid. So what's your take on needing an agent, or when do you sign with an agent? Once you become to the point you can't handle it yourself, is that when you hire an agent or an agency? I mean, it's good to have an agency on your side looking for work, but you don't have to be donating those dollars monthly to pay their
It's
light
a
bill.
hard road. It's a hard road, and it's even broke my heart when I've seen others being taken for their dollar by casting agent companies that were just, signing people up for a fee, right? And
Yes.
never intending to do anything but give them a little class here and there and
Right.
kick them aside. But anyway, so I say, don't just give your money that way. If you really have a passion and drive and you're doing this and you're pursuing it, sooner or later in certain platforms, you might have to pay for this or that. But the thing is, you can't just call and hire the agent.
Right.
It's almost like the agent has to come to you in a way.
Exactly. Well, I don't like it. I guess anyone will like it when that call comes and say they want you. I guess we really appreciate that. That happens occasionally.
That happens, but as we're in this different world now of internet and everything coming at us way too fast, people can't retain everything these days, I believe, because it's so fast. But we're in the streaming world now, so it's a different thing. It's not like when in the 90s, I knocked on doors with my headshot and resume,
Right.
and that worked. You don't do that today. As far as Mr. Lucky's waiting for that Mr. Record producer to come in the door. Those days are basically gone.
Yes.
Everything is streaming, and it's streaming now, and of course because you have a TV show and you're global, which is great.
Well, talking about streaming, I have to bring that up. Randal is going to be on GIAJ Global Media OTT Network, and Fan for Me on my channel under a program we'll be working at and putting together called Randal Wariner TV. So we'll be looking for content and putting it on, it's under, either one is listed under Jey Presents on GIAJ Global Media OTT Network or Fan for Me. And you can find that on Roku or do a Google search for Rick Jey Presents or GIAJ Global Media Network. I'll put that up on the timeline. And so we'll be trying to really introduce Randy to the world, just like the program Spotlight on the Arts is giving everyone a heads up to start looking for the future. So also, Randal, you are on Instagram. You have a great following on Instagram, Facebook, and you have LinkedIn, and you also do some singing. What is it? On Smule?
Yeah, that's just the to show versatility or whatever. You know, I want to show different. I can go different ways from a ballad to whatever, or I'm not stuck into one platform. I stream all my songs that are out, like Cowboy Heaven and Beautiful Lady and a Black Mercedes, are on all the platforms from iHeartRadio, Amazon.com, iTunes. I'm streaming on all of that. But,
Excellent.
The Facebook thing, you know, is kind of a family orientated too. So I will do the different songs like you're talking about.
Right. Yes, that's great. So they can get a listen to, like you, a lot of times daily, you sing a song with the guitar on Smule. You send me those contacts or links, and I enjoy those, wanting to know what you're going to cover next time. Well, you know, I saw a card flash. That looks to me like
I just want to know. Yeah.
That is a SAG.
And that is the trophy that we all are after if we have that passion and that talent or that driven whatever, right? And we talked about this before. I wanted to talk again quickly. People are wanting to know probably that is it worth it to get the SAG card, right? Is it worth it? And it's worth it to get it. But after you get it, you know, I froze now my membership because I can open it back up at any time, but to pay monthly dues every month and get less work because you're on a higher paid basis now, right?
Right. So when you need to buy those groceries and pay the light bill, sometimes it's good to have that job with the money coming in. And I guess then you just could basically wait. And if something comes in under SAG, then you jump on it. But so you, in a sense, if you can renew, it looks like you could renew and accept. But in the meantime, you've got to be able to survive, right?
Yes, and in all honesty, and you know, I don't care if you've got 100,000, 200,000 in the bank. You know, you're doing great. You're in SAG, whatever. That's great. But there might be 2, 3, 4, 5 year stretch where you don't get anything. So you have to live off of that.
That's right.
Or in my case, accidents too. Honestly, they're not going to be there for you in that, but they still want you to pay your dues, right? And there's more non-SAG projects out there for the inspiring actor or stuntman. If you want to really work and get your resume built, there's more non-SAG projects because they're lower budget than there is SAG projects. And oh my gosh, I love it.
Hey, where's your hat today? I don't know you without a hat. I got to put mine as that works. So
you should wear it more. It looks good. It looks really great and professional, especially because you have a nice collared shirt on. And
yeah, it fits up like I'm ready. Yeah, I wear it to VA hospital when I go. Throw this on and see. You had a hat there too, because I don't hardly recognize you without your hat.
I don't have my hat's off to you right now because that is wow.
Well, anyway, I think
yours is a because you were a hero, and
well,
that's
I just did my thing, you know.
Here's how.
Oh, there we go.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
Gramps, they can wear that proudly. That took
yes,
a
I
little
named,
work too, I guess, you know.
have 9 grandkids, and they named my number one uh, granddaughter, my first. She named me Gramps. It's stuck since then, and now I got the hat. I've earned it.
Yes, you have, definitely. Yes, I can only imagine, you know. And you've served it well, shall we say, even through the circumstances of putting, you know, maybe acting and entertaining first, sometimes when you didn't know what the result might be. But, you know, again, speaking of a young man, he just had 18 years old, had a girlfriend tell him that, you know, it's either your career or me. So he got an early lesson that you sort of tuned to. And so he chose his career and moving forward without that individual. Of course, you're talking teenage mentality, but still, again, it's a good lesson to learn. How
Yes,
do you balance a life, now that looking back, how do you balance a life of entertainment, movies, acting? You have to have one understanding individual who says, I'll see you when I see you, I guess.
yes. You have to have that individual. That's rare. That's rare if you're any kind of a talent, an actor, or you know, creating this or that. To live even with somebody, you know, in that situation is hard. It's hard.
Yes, it is. I can imagine.
And then if they're in the same field or whatever, they're an actor or whatever, and then now your two worlds are.
Really colliding, yes. Well, we're running close on time. So I always like to ask for an ending statement. What would you like, in all consideration of family and the world of entertainment, and acting, what have you, all these people, what words would you like to close with, Randal?
First of all, I don't want to forget. I want to say again to my family, shout out to my family, uh, my kids, my grandkids. I love you. I love you. And thank you for supporting me all the way. I want to say to everybody out there, follow your dream, follow your passion, stay strong with it. You're gonna, if you have it, you're gonna follow it. And don't listen to what everybody around you's telling you. The negative, the negative, the negative, forget that. Stay focused. Stay focused.
Okay. Well, thank you once again, Randal Wariner, for taking this opportunity to give me an exclusive interview with you today.
It's a pleasure. It's always a pleasure talking with you, Rick J. Always.
Thank you, sir. Well, that winds up another great show looking into the life and times of an individual here on Spotlight in the Arts. I want to thank the viewers worldwide for watching Spotlight on the Arts and giving me something to look forward to every day. So Rick J saying, see you next time. Keep it tuned.
Thank you. Thank you. God bless everybody.
Bless, bless.